and very soon each of your businesses will be actually catering to them and not other people. And their threshold of what gets them excited is very, very different, right? So I think we are entering a world which is hyper entertained, hyper emotive, and they think everything is boring.
Speaking about users now, let's come to the key topic of our discussion on affluent consumers. And of course, AI is changing a lot of customer experiences, accelerating progress in hyper-personalization. Finally, we'll realize the promise of personalization with AI. How is Cred going about it? Can you just give us like some of the key points in that strategy?
Yeah, I think first of all, it's important to talk about, I think many tech companies, and Cred not being one of them, realized that in India, while you are trying to really solve for everybody through technology, when it comes to at least products requiring some consuming and some financial services, whatever, it's just limited to like 20-30 million customers. And they are 70-80% of all consumption, right? If you look at data, let's say $60-70 billion of e-commerce, GMV, food delivery, everything put together, I think 10 to 12 million customers drive 80% of that consumption, right? So I think my view is AI will make the income disparity kind of go further. I think the overall per capita income will go up for sure, but the top 20-30 million income is going to be dramatically different, and they will behave more like global citizens versus just say, let's call it them as Indians, right? And I think their content preferences are becoming the same, right? A US worker is talking about the same Netflix series as we have watched. So I think we are becoming a lot more similar because our content is getting all mixed up and we are becoming one, right? I think becoming one has an interesting thing that we can also be able to sell to other markets. We can actually appeal to those markets, can create brands that will now transcend from our country to other places and actually make people buy. But I think engaging them is going to be getting harder and harder because they will have access to almost everything and ability to do multiple things. Let's take an example of ads. We think about ads as just a given, but what if we reach a world? What if I create a product which allows you to stop watching ads when you're watching a match and it goes and plays music during ads and comes back when the match starts? It's literally 15 minutes away to make this tool, make it popular, and all TVs will have it, where you will not have to stick to that channel and switch out of IPL quickly, right? Now, these are very scary possibilities. Similarly, you can have an agent go and buy all the stuff for you on Amazon or any of that, and they will not see any ads because the AI agent has been told to go and buy this particular brand and not get influenced by seeing that ad and get drifted in that direction. So we are fundamentally looking at how humans will operate, right? And we have to understand that humans have two types of transactions: boring transactions and interesting transactions in life. Boring transactions are like, I don't know, buying bread, charging phone, fueling car, paying bills, all that stuff. And there are interesting transactions, which is spending time with kids, planning a vacation, watching a movie. All of that stuff is interesting transactions. So I think the core human need is to constantly reduce money and time spent on boring transactions and constantly increase money and time spent on interesting transactions. So AI and all of this will accelerate both of these things in some ways, right? And I think that's where it gets super, super exciting, where whatever we assumed or how will you build brands, maybe we will not have ads.
That's not very good news for a lot of agencies in this room. Thank you for putting that out there, Kunal. But maybe one last question before we wrap up. You said 10 years is a long time to predict anything. But if you could perhaps pick the biggest disruptor in engaging your customers, which is the affluent segment, say in the next 5 years, what would that disruptor be?
I think we are at a time where technology is evolving at a much faster rate than our ability to keep up on what's going on, right? Anybody who's seeing stuff that we are seeing. We are assuming like ChatGPT was not too long ago, and now we have imaging capabilities. Very soon we'll have robots, all of these things kind of accelerating in a very fast way. And I think our ability to constantly keep up is going to get harder, right? So I think the disruptive part to me is how long can just humans keep up with that? I have a strong belief that this hyper exciting and hyper evolving world makes people not embark on high commitment stuff. For example, having kids or birth rate is going to have a negative impact very quickly because it's an overwhelming world. Like, and I rather be part of this perpetual excitement versus like commit to duty, right? So I think we are seeing a pattern where for the first time, I think the disruption is consistent, but in small doses. Like what happened 2 days ago and all these emerging tools that have come. We are only looking at the Ghibli style, but every single thing, just try making and imagining something with it. It is all possible. So